Welcome to the Inspiration for an Empowered Life podcast, sponsored by the Image Designers. They will help you look prosperous, feel prosperous, and be prosperous. Now, here's your host, the Image Master, Hollly Porter.
Hi, everyone. This is Hollly. Welcome to our podcast today. I am so excited that you're here to join us because I have a really special guest, and her name is Melody Self. How are you, Melody?
Good. Hello.
I'm so excited you get to hang out with me today.
Me too.
Yeah, this will be fun. We've known each other probably a couple years now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and so I'm excited. Melody is one of our authors for our book, The 40-40 Rules, Wisdom from 40 Women Over 40. So I gave your secret away. I'm sorry, you look so youthful, but we know now you're over 40, right?
Yeah, thank you.
So let me just share with our listeners a little bit about you. You're a health and wellness coach, and you're a mom of 7 kids. Woohoo!
Woo, 7, yes.
And they're from 4 to 18 in ages, right?
Yes, they are. That's right.
So the other thing that's so interesting is you homeschool them all. I know, right?
Yes.
And I mean, she does some amazing things with them. Like I'll tell something I remember in a minute. But okay, so she is an award-winning speaker, and she has her master's of education, and is certified as a national health professional. So she's helped dozens of moms energize their lives, gain confidence and courage, and experience peace in chaos. I love that.
Yeah.
That's cool. We all need peace in chaos.
Yes.
And I'm sure having 7 children, you've had and seen and live a lot of chaos.
Definitely. Every day.
So
But it's a lot of fun.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I mean, we had 8 kids. They're all adults now. I will stand here to tell you, you can survive.
Yay.
Living proof. But I remember when we were doing an event, and you live where?
In Southeast Texas.
Okay. And so you drove all 7 kids across the country to California, Northern California, no doubt, which was an 11-hour drive for me from Utah. You brought them all to this event, and we were all like, what? And you had them by yourself. Your husband didn't come with you.
Right.
And how many hours was that?
I don't know, but the trip was about almost 4,000 miles round trip. And the funny thing is, I had driven even to Utah and other places, but the kids' most favorite thing that they ever did was go on that trip. They said that was the best because, we went to Hollywood and we went to the Grand Canyon and just did a few other things. And they said it was the best. They loved it. So that was a really great experience.
And you can't replace those memories of those kids, And I remember, kid, don't you? The simplest things sometimes that our parents did with us are the best memories. And so we need to remember that.
Yes, that's what I love and to encourage. I'm actually getting ready to take the kids on another long trip like that. But this time we're going to do the American history trip.
And take your husband so you have some help.
No, he doesn't like it. So.
God, there's a lot of help, I know.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. And so have you homeschooled them always?
Yes. I used to be a public school teacher, and I taught in the public school system, and so it was really a natural, and I already have a background in education, and that was what I did. So it was really a natural fit for me to be able to do it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Well, I think you're a rock star. I had one of my kids that wanted me to homeschool him. He was my youngest, and he was the one that needed like daycare, and he needed that. He was like, the other kids, I was home and had a daycare that I owned in my home, but I can remember him asking me to homeschool, and I'm like, well, there's one challenge with that. You actually have to be home to homeschool. When I worked, I owned a salon at the time, so it was yeah, nice try. He got in there and supervise like from far away, right? Yeah,
so funny.
It was cute. But so you work with other moms. Like, who are your favorite people to work with? What's ideal?
I love working with moms that are just stressed out and feel discouraged and can't don't know where to start or don't know where to go on, or their priority, they don't even know. It's like when a young kid walks into the room and you tell them to clean the room, but they have no idea where to start. I love working with that.
I do that with my house almost every day.
I know, right?
What room? I'll just work in a little bit of all of it, and then it's chaos.
Right.
Yeah. Well, okay. So what is it like? What's your process like? What do you feel like that you can offer them? I mean, other than obviously your experience, but
Right.
I know you're big on self-care. Let's talk about that for a minute.
Yes, I feel like it's so important. I feel like so many moms that I speak with, they neglect that, or they feel like, no, the kids always have to be with them, especially, if they're homeschooling or whatnot, but just moms in general, they don't find the value of taking care of themselves. They have to spend everything on their child, and they feel like it's being selfish to take care of themselves. And actually, it's really the opposite. It's actually being selfless, because I tell them like this: if you have a bank account, but you keep taking draws out and keep taking draws out, you're going to go negative. And that's what we're doing if we're neglecting and we're never refilling our cup. We're never choosing activities that could restore us. And sometimes we don't even know what they are. We're so lost in our kids. We don't even know what we like. We don't even know how to say, wait, what do I like? What do I enjoy? What was that? They don't even know anymore. They've forgotten. They've lost themselves.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I know about that. Just having that experience now of having 8 adult children, I worked when we combined, so I can't say I actually birthed 8, but I raised 8. So we had a bunch of teenagers all at once. They're like 23 to 35 years old. So you can imagine their ages moved down to teenage ages, right? We had a bunch. And I just lost my train of thought where I was even going to go with that. To always, because I had a salon. So like here I went to work every day, and I would work like 60, 70 hours a week too during this time. But I was also in a lot of committees and chair of a lot of things, and, Rotary president, and I was over the soccer organization. And I always thought that was how I would stay involved with the kids. But it's like the difference now, I look back and I think I was present, but I wasn't present.
Right.
And so, because I used to get jealous, and I know other people that have listened to me talk before have heard me say, I didn't know what self-care was even until like 3 years ago. Like, I didn't even know what that meant. I'm like, what does that mean? What's that word?
Right.
And so I can say, like, my advice to those moms is be present. It doesn't, so what? Your house is dirty. It's dirty. Yes. Let it be dirty. Those kids aren't going to remember. They're going to, I think it's really important to give our kids chores, to have them do things. Yes. Like, I just look back and I just think I didn't take time for myself because I was working so many hours. So the hours I was home was for the kids, to move them around and do the things like that. But I used to get jealous of those women that would come in, that were always doing their hair and their nails. And I was like jealous. And
oh my goodness,
back at it, and I think those were the smartest women I know because they had some balance. I was
right.
Without balance.
Right.
Yeah. So
well, I know what you mean too. Even sometimes I think, am I actually present? Because right now I'm one of the cheer coaches, and I go, I'm with those kids, and I don't have any girls on the squad. My youngest, I only have 2 girls. And so my youngest is 4, and she's there, but she can't really stay the whole practice, so she'll be up there for a little bit and look cute. And then my oldest daughter is one of the coaches with me. And so all the other boys are on the football field, and I'm like, maybe I'm not, am I connecting? Am I present with them? I'm like, we're present with these girls, so I even think that too. But yeah, but that I knew that that's a way I could be, there and with them. So.
Well, I think it's just, and it's example, what they see is what they're going to usually be, is their example. And so it's so important that you can share that and teach. So many women just don't know, like you don't know what you don't know. So it's like,
no, that's so true.
And I think that's perfect that's who you work with. Those type of women need it. Okay, so, what else can you share about like what your passion is with this and around this, and how did you get to do this?
Well, that's really good. I at one point was after my 5th child, I became practically bedridden. I was very sick, and I couldn't even hardly walk across the room, and I would just get so weak I'd pass out, and so I had to go to natural care, and where I live there wasn't anyone, so I had to drive about an hour and a half or 2 hours away. And I started and what happened was I looked at the letters behind the the naturopath's name, and I said, what do those letters mean? And that's what started me. And I started studying. And then when I started taking the classes, they said, you can be your family's doctor. And I go, really? And so that's why I started, and that's why I became like a certified natural health professional, was so that I could be my own family's doctor. And it has been such a life-changing. I mean, now people do not realize, they don't even think, they're like, you don't look like you had one kid, much less 7. You didn't birth them. They think I'm a blended family. No, I gave birth to them all. We're not a blended family. This summer we'll celebrate 20 years of marriage with my husband. And so all the kids are ours together and everything. And it's about choosing what you put into your body, and what you, even what you think about, your mindset and what you're thinking on, and all those things make such a different, a big impact on us, and how we age and everything. I was like, we don't have to age just because we're over 40 or whatever. We don't have to look a certain way or be a certain way. And you know what? I've never colored my hair. I mean, and I realize, that there's certain things that we can do that cause the color to leach out of our hair. And so I'm like, okay, I just try to be really mindful to take good care of myself. And every day it's a new, I'm learning every day. I'm choosing to make better choices too, and do better better for myself and for my kids.
Right. I hear more copper for the hair. Now, I already started out as a redhead copper, so my family either went white hair really young, or like my grandma was 96 and had apricot hair. Like,
wow.
And I have to say, I'm sad to say I got the white hair. So
hey, it means wisdom. It means wisdom.
I can, right? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's awesome. And I love alternative medicine. And you know what I love most about it is that the awareness of it is so much more.
Right.
I mean, 10 years
ago. Yeah, there's such a hunger.
Yeah. And I was listening to the news actually this morning. They were talking, the newscasters, okay? They were talking about energy work, like just having a conversation. They were saying something.
Wow.
Now everything's energy. And they made some comment, and I was like, I am watching CBS. I don't watch the news personally. I was just getting my meals done and I was listening to it. And I was just amazed. I thought the awareness. And so, but there's still so many people who don't understand it and question it. And, I mean, yeah, modern medicine has its place for sure. Yeah, for sure. It's saved a lot of lives. But
well, yeah, like my son broke his wrist. I mean, I couldn't go in there, and I mean, I might be able to help him heal faster, but I couldn't set it and do all that stuff and wrap it,
Like, I'm not magic. Yeah. So exactly. Well, what challenges do you see mostly with your clients and with just moms today? Like, what do you think they're struggling with the very most?
I mean, I think so much they just don't have any energy, and I feel like they feel defeated because we're trying to do so many things, and then we're not even stopping to think of all the things we're doing. What we're doing is we're thinking of what we didn't do, and so we come home and we see the dishes, we see the clothes, we see whatever's not done, and we think about our list. Oh, we didn't do this, this, and this, but we're not remembering what all we did accomplish and everything that we did do, and so we're our worst enemy. We're defeating our own self, and we are. It's almost like we're against ourselves. I mean, I even see it in young girls, that don't even have kids, and like, oh, I mean, they're talking so badly to themselves and hating themselves. And if we're treating ourselves that way, how do we just expect? We would get angry if we saw anyone treating our kids that way or someone else we loved. Right. But here we are treating ourselves in this awful way that's so terrible and mistreating ourselves. And then we almost wonder, why is anyone else talking to us that way? But we're doing it every day.
Yeah, no, you're so right. I like to-do lists, but I like I did lists better.
Oh, that's good.
To-do list is kind of defeating what you were just talking about. Yeah. I did list, man. Hey, if I just got to go to the bathroom 3 times a day, I did it, right? I mean, you're a mom. Don't you remember being behind closed doors, trying to go to the bathroom and the fingers underneath the door?
Oh my goodness, yes.
And they're like, it's like, can I just pee? Seriously.
Yeah, that's why I'm in the car right now, because my kids, I have to have them away. We had we're talking about having peace and chaos, and just a couple of years ago we had a house fire and we totally lost everything. And we've had some people that were kind of unscrupulous and didn't, did things wrong. And so we had extra challenges that were created for us that we've had to learn and grow from. And because of that, we don't have a kitchen inside of our house. We don't have the laundry inside of our house. And so we have to go down the way. And so we don't have a lot of space in our house. And so my car is my office. We have to make do. That's that doesn't mean I can't do stuff. That's just another way to do it. We just can be creative instead of defeating ourselves too, and to learn how to do things a new way, and learn and use the opportunities, the chaos, or whatever's coming our way, the circumstances, to create us to be stronger. I said, no one is a weightlifter by bench pressing air. And those are the same kind of things that happen in our spiritual life and our mental life, and those type of things. If we're not going through any circumstances, we're not going to get those muscles that create us to have strength. And I think that's another thing that has caused us to have amazing character and strength. And my daughter, actually, she's a senior and she's about to graduate, and she was asked what was something that she learned and what was so meaningful in her and she plays basketball, and she said that she was thankful that she went through it. And I can't even say it without getting tears in my eyes, because she was thankful. She didn't wish that we didn't go through it. She said she was thankful for it. And
well, those lessons that she's learned from it, that's how I always look at challenges. I can remember there was a time in my life that things were kind of calm. My life's been pretty chaotic, but they were kind of calm. And I remember praying for whatever challenge that I needed to get to wherever I needed to go. I mean, I'm thinking
that was a brave.
I know, counterproductive, but it was
brave prayer.
Yeah, but it was like, bring it on. Let me figure this out, because I was always one that couldn't learn from watching everybody else make mistakes. I had to do them about 3 times myself. I learned, very hard-headed. So, it's like those challenges make us stronger. And I realize, there are people that they aren't equipped to handle that kind of stress. I mean, think about it. Your house burnt down, and people would have a pity party, or they would rely totally on the government, or whatever, no judgment, just saying they handle things different. And so for you to be able to pick it up and have 7 children and do what you've done, bravo.
Well, and that's actually when I met you. It was just a couple of months after that fire. That was, so that was a real meaningful time for us to be together as a family too. And it built some really great bonds. And I'm thankful that we were able to. And I know that for me, like, the homeschooling has been a gift, because our schedule is flexible, and during the fire we could move here, there, and we didn't have to be in one school district. So it gave us a lot of flexibility. And we have a family of 9. It's not easy to find housing. And I live in a college town, and that created a whole new set of circumstances, because they're on that schedule. And they were laughing at me for finding a place to stay, so there's all kinds of challenges that you never know what is going to come up in that time. And that's the kind of thing that I love supporting women and moms, is, in through that, that not to stare at your problems so big, but to see that there's something bigger out there, and just, to focus a different way.
Right. And there's a lot of, I'm just going to put this out there. There's a lot of free help for moms too, but
oh yeah, sure.
Training, and you're a trained coach, and you have this experience behind you, unlike a lot of people that do what you do. They just talk from textbooks or whatever, it's like you've lived it. And to me,
right.
I have respect for that. And if I was looking for a coach, well, I've always had coaches, so it's not that, I'm just saying, hypothetically, if I was out looking for a coach, like, I'd want to work with someone who's been there, done that, understands that, lived that, dreamed that, was that, whatever, whatever I'm looking for, just that I can resonate with. And so, I hope that the listeners feel your heart, and I hope that they see, that you want to help people, like, and obviously you have a family to feed, so, you do this for your business. This is your business. And so, let's talk for a minute about, I know you have something to offer. You have a gift that you have on your website, and it's about self-care as well, right? We were just talking about that.
Yes.
Can you tell the listeners share that with us?
So it's called 101 Ways to Self-Care, and it's replenish, restore, revitalize your life. And so it's a free, it'll have 101 different ways for self-care.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yep.
That can be overwhelming for someone in itself. And so, like, if I needed to go, I need some self-care today, that would be a cool list to have. I'm getting it, by the way, so make sure I have it.
Yay. Yes, you'll be the first one.
And they can be such simple things, then they don't have to cost money.
Yes, exactly. They don't have to cost money. They can just be simple, easy things.
Yeah, and I know you've been really creative in designing that, because
yes.
you are. And so, okay, so we're about done here. I just wanted to see, is there anything else you want the listeners to know about you, or something you could share? What's there?
What is there? Well, I love being there for moms and to encourage them and see that, that when they feel that they're in alignment with what they're designed to do, instead of feeling this war within, this conflict going on. I like to see that that's when the that's when the chaos becomes peace, when that what's going on inside for them. And that was also with me. I was actually doing less. And when I started realizing what my priorities were, and I did work with that and kind of did a passion list for myself of what was really important to me and what I want for my kids to gain, then I realized that, like, for me, scouts and sports are very important. Well, right now we're right in the middle of spring training. So every day, we are there. And I can't just leave because I'm one of the cheer coaches. So I'm there too. I'm a commitment. And because of that, even though I'm going more, I have more satisfaction because I'm in alignment. Before I was grumbling, but whenever I got into alignment and I understood what I was wanting, it made my life a lot more peaceful, even though I was gone more frequently from the home. So I think that when we get in alignment with that and we understand what's important to us, then that is where we're going to find the peace too.
What a great way to end. I sure appreciate that. That was some great wisdom. If someone wants to get a hold of you, what would be the best way?
Look on I have a website, and you can look at melodyself.com and you can find it right there. So it's my name.
Okay. And how do you spell it?
Melody, and then it's S as in Sam, ELF as in Frank.
.com.
And it's just .com. Yep.
Awesome.
That's it.
And they could probably connect with you on Facebook too if they feel
Oh,
like.
yes, please.
Yeah, she's
Yes,
got
Facebook.
stuff of her kids, and that'd be a great way to connect. Well, thank you
Yes.
so much for joining us today, and I'm excited for everyone to be able to listen to this later. And I hope.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you bet. Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.